Hello, everyone. Mark Satterfield here. Thanks so much for joining me. Want to talk today about playing hard to get. And this is one of these things that we can certainly overdo, but what problem winds up being is that most people underdo it, if that's a term. The saying about Studio 54 back in the day was it wasn't so much the club experience when you got in that made it the super cool place to be. It was the line outside. It was that difficulty of getting in, being in a place that not everyone could get into. And this is something that's very important when you're marketing to the wealthy and the affluent, because they want to make sure that you, whether you are offering luxury products or services or high ticket products or services, anything that is targeting the affluent or the wealthy, you want to make sure that they believe that this is something that is strictly for them. Now, we can do that in a couple different ways. One, we can call out to that particular group. So if you are a luxury real estate broker, for example, you could say that you are focusing on prospective listings above a certain price point. If you are a financial advisor, for example, you could focus on saying that you work with clients with a certain minimum amount of money in terms of investment. But the other way that we do it is to make it slightly more difficult to get a hold of you. And this runs in the face of what most people do, which is, hey, I want to talk to you. Hey, I'm sending you a cold email. Hey, I'm sending you a cold social post. Wouldn't you like to spend 15 minutes talking with me? Well, I mean, the answer winds up being no, not really. And the more that you ascend the economic ladder, the more that you're focused on the wealthy and the affluent, the more the reaction is, hey, go away, quit bothering me. So one of the parts, and this is just one of the components in the marketing platform, is to make it a little bit difficult or just put in a few little hoops that people have to jump through in order to get a hold of you. Now, here's a really simple way of doing it, because granted, you can make it just, too difficult. But one of the things that most of my clients want to do is to have a one-to-one consultation with their prospect. But instead of just putting that button on the page or the button on your social platform that says, hey, talk with me, what you want to do is you want to send them to a page that is actually set up to discuss what that conversation is all about. And in that page, and ideally in a video that's on that page, you want to make sure that people understand that it's not just a disguised sales pitch. You really are going to try to provide them some information and some ideas that will be helpful to them. But you also want to put, and this is key, you can't help everyone. And then you discuss who is your ideal client, but then you take it one step further, which is I've created a short questionnaire to help facilitate that conversation. To one, make sure that that conversation is as productive as possible. But second of all, just to make sure that you and I are going to likely be in sync in terms of a potential working relationship if that occurs at some place down the road. And then you put in place a short questionnaire. How short? I don't know, somewhere between, 5 or 6 questions. Don't go on and on. But these should be questions that enable you to identify what are the particular problems, issues, challenges that your prospects face. And in certain cases, you may even want to make sure that they fall within your range. So you might ask them in terms of what is their house currently listed at? How much money are they considering investing? With my clients, especially for my platinum program, I explain how much it costs, and I say, hey, look, just want to make sure that this is something that's going to be affordable to you. Because if it's not, there's other resources such as this that I offer to be helpful to my community. But by doing that, you are putting a small little hurdle in the way, not a big long velvet queue outside of Studio 54, but rather you're making yourself a little bit more scarce. You're making yourself positioned as somebody who serves only a very specific segment of the marketplace. And what you will find by creating this sense of scarcity is that you will actually attract more rather than less clients. And specifically, if you're focused on the wealthy and affluent, you will find that this resonates very positively with them. So give it a try. Let me know how it works for you. I will have something new for you shortly. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. That way you'll get notification when I produce new stuff. And of course, if you know other people who are focused on the affluent market, hey, pass this along to them. It's good for them. It's good karma for you. And naturally, of course, it's good for me. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for being a part of my community. This is Mark Satterfield. Bye for now.